Yep, we're rolling.
Okay. You need like a clap or anything?
Yeah, give me a clap.
Alrighty.
They said we couldn't do it.
They said we couldn't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second episode of the Loose Ends Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny, and this is my other host.
Isaac,
Hello.
what up?
We're glad to be here. Sorry, we took
They
a little
didn't
break.
believe in us.
We
Tag
took-
did.
We took a little break for a week because Isaac bailed.
What?
It was, yeah, I know. You didn't actually, but yeah, had a little family reunion. So,
Big time family action.
but that's okay. Anything for family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got a good episode planned for you. First of all, I think we both just want to express our gratitude and surprise
Surprise for sure. Absolutely.
at the feedback that we got from our first episode.
Yep.
That was awesome. We got more, like 3,000% more success.
I'd say like 30,000.
30,000% more success than we thought we
I
would.
was expecting one listener and it to be me, just
Yes.
making sure it worked.
Yeah.
But there was much more than that, and we're stoked.
Yeah, and we have people. I don't know. I've had people ask me like, "When's the second one coming out?" When's the second one coming out? And here it is.
So
This is gonna be difficult.
the feedback I got was people loved the Olympics talk.
I was
People love
hoping they
talking
did.
about the Olympics,
It's still going on. So
which is still going on. We can discuss a little bit
I
of
was
that.
hoping we would.
Okay. Do you want to start with basketball, or do we want to start with everything else?
Let's end with basketball. Let's
Okay.
bring it home with
Sweet.
basketball.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. First off, Noah Lyles, our boy.
Hey, I told you I was rooting for you.
Our
Noah.
boy, he did it.
That was insane.
He won.
That was insane.
By .005, which like, does that even really feel like winning? Like that's like luck at that point. It's like you all ran the exact same pace and
But
just
at the
you
same
got
time,
lucky to be
I will
leading
say
forward.
he started back. He started
Yes,
last.
yes.
He was
He
last
definitely-
for what, like 40 meters?
Yeah, I would guess if you took everyone's top speed, he probably had the highest one because he had to gain on everyone.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think I saw-
.005 is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I saw 27 miles an hour was his top speed.
Dang, bro.
I think the thing that I saw
That's so fast.
that changed everything was when everyone else was slowing down,
Uh-huh.
like they peaked and were decelerating, he was still accelerating.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
and
it's
that's,
wow, what the heck?
that's what got him the W.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of him today before his 200 meter?
Oh, him jumping.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He's jumping like 6 feet in the air
Yeah, I was like, what
without
the
a
heck?
run up.
I,
He was tucking his knees up, but still.
I think sometimes we forget just how athletic, especially people like that are.
Yeah.
Like, he does one thing is his actual sport, but dude could do many things. Like, he's freakishly athletic.
It's like, the saying, jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
He's jack of all trades, master of one.
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
sprinting.
Yeah. Yeah, he's used all of his athletic ability and potential for one thing his whole life, and it's led to a gold medal.
Yeah.
And hopefully another one. He got
Yeah.
second today in his
Yeah,
heat,
but I think he was just
it's what he did in the 100
Yeah,
too.
he was cruising into the
Just
into
made
the
sure
final,
he made it. That's all he had to do.
which I respect.
He said he did promise that everyone will be depressed when they see how fast he is off the turn.
That's true. He
in
said
200.
everyone's just gonna give up after
Which-
the turn.
I know they set up the lanes, so this is something I've thought about a lot but haven't really expressed.
Right.
I know they set up the lanes in the 200, so everyone does the same distance, right? But being on the outside, you're set up, it looks like you're way ahead to start,
Yeah.
and then the inside, it looks like a shorter run because it's the inside, but everyone's running the same. I wonder if there's any sort of like psychology to that.
Oh, guaranteed. It
Like-
affects me watching it.
Yeah. Like,
Like,
I'm watching
yeah.
him like, oh my gosh, he's so far behind him. Oh, never mind, he's really far ahead.
Yeah. Especially in the 400.
Oh, yeah, the 400 throws you
they're
off.
like you see the people in the front and you're like, or on the outside lanes, and you're just like, dang, they have such an advantage. But
Yeah.
then on the turns, they just lose all of that.
Right.
Speaking of 400,
Crazy.
Quincy Hall, is that his name?
Quincy something.
Quincy Hall, I think it was his name.
Yeah.
That was
That was sick.
crazy.
That was really cool. Also, shout out BYU track and field runner
Kenneth Rooks.
Kenneth Rooks. The highlight is crazy. Have you seen the end of the race?
When the dude eats it?
Yeah, the dude absolutely.
Bro, did you?
I don't want to laugh because I think he passed out.
It was awful.
But
Like,
it looked
he
hilarious.
Smacked himself on the
Bro,
ground,
that is
and
my-
he didn't move.
That would be my worst fear as a hurdler. Would be just hitting it
you-
with my knee and just boom.
Did you hear he got stretchered off?
No, I did.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying not to laugh.
Yeah,
but
no,
it
he, like-
looked hilarious.
It was like he looked like a rag doll. It
Yeah.
was bad.
Yeah.
What was it, Girma?
Something like that.
Girma was his last name.
Yeah.
And
something
everyone was
that.
like, "Dang, that! I hope he's doing okay." The announcers were like, "We're not going to show that because."
But it's just in every highlight reel
yeah,
now.
it's pretty bad. And like BYU's posting, "Good job, Kenneth," and
And
this
just
dude's just dead on the
boom.
track. I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh!"
It's like one of those things where it's like, if it happened to me, I would want people to laugh because it looks hilarious. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to laugh because it is like tragic. Dude lost bronze probably from that.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
he was right behind.
He was in the mix. He was in the mix
Right.
for sure. He could have made a push. Who knows?
Right.
He made one of those.
But he
guys
passed
who-
out, so that's really sad. But at the same
awful.
time, it looked really funny. Like the
Yeah.
visual of it was very funny.
It's like Shane Gillis talks about it.
Yeah.
How there's the funniest of everything,
Yeah,
even if it's
yes,
tragic.
True.
We're not gonna go there.
Yeah, I mean he did. He did talk about. Same guy talked about. This guy got crushed by a tree while sitting in his house. He's like, and died. He's like, that's obviously a tragic thing that happened, but like
Absolutely.
objectively a very hilarious situation where a tree just fell and just crushed a man while he's
We've
sitting on
talked
his
about
couch.
this. Just like smushing is the weirdest way to go
Yeah,
out.
being
man.
smushed. You don't want to be smushed.
No.
But anyway,
Yeah.
back to the Olympics. That's very cool. Track and field, Mondo. We got to talk about this guy, Mondo.
Mondo
This guy's an
Duplantis.
enigma. When was the last Olympics? 2020? 2021 because of COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was home for that.
Yes.
I don't remember him, even though he won gold that time.
Yeah. This Olympics has been one that I am fully invested in for some reason.
True.
I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but
I
I'm
feel like
all
last
in.
time I just watched
The main
basketball.
events. Yeah, like
it's pretty
the
much
sports
it.
that you were interested in.
Yeah.
I've actually been made fun of by my boss because I'll be sitting there and I'm watching fencing
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, hey,
Yeah.
like get him."
Yeah.
And my
that's
boss
how I
literally-
watch sports and I don't know what's going on. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh wait, what?
Like, what are we doing? Are you winning? I don't know. It's like the dad
That's
who walks
funny.
in on his son. He's like, "Are you winning, son?"
Yeah.
I'm
it's
sitting there,
like-
yeah, but my boss is making fun of me. He's like, "How do you watch this? I mean, how do you watch these sports that you know nothing about?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just here for America.
Uh-huh.
If America's not in it, I'm not watching it. Unless it's like basketball, and I'm trying to figure out who America's going to be playing
Yeah.
and
I
how
think
well
we're probably going to be playing France. Is my guess.
in the final. After we
They've been
smack
the
Serbia.
second best team, I think.
After we smack Serbia.
I actually thought Serbia was going to lose to who was it?
Australia.
Australia, and I thought Canada was going to win too.
Canada was supposed to.
I thought Canada was going to be the team we played because Shai is incredible.
he is. Yeah,
Or Shea, however you say it.
I think
People
it's
always
Shea.
get mad at me.
I think it's Shea.
I just say it however I want.
I think it's Shea. You're incorrect. It's
Okay,
Shea.
that works for me. That's very cool. Other thing that was very cool, Simone Biles,
Dominant.
absolute GOAT.
Incredible.
Obviously, she didn't get gold in the floor, which is like kind of her expertise.
Yeah, but the
Who cares?
Brazilian chick was crazy.
Now,
Rebecca Andrade.
yeah, this might be my red hot rant for the week.
Oh, here we
Okay,
go. We're getting
and this
into
is
it
gonna-
quick. We're getting into it quick.
This might piss some people off, especially if you're a big gymnastics head. I was talking with my family about this on Monday night because we were watching the gymnastics. Simone Biles was like, the way they score it is you have your score for how hard what you're doing is, and then you have your execution, and then
Yes.
there's penalties.
Yes.
That's dumb. Like, I just think that's
Explain.
dumb. Like, you should just rate it out of 10. You know how hard it is if you're a judge, obviously.
Yeah.
You should just be rating it. Everyone should be rating it out of 10, and you take an average of that, right? Because I'm watching Simone Biles. She's stepping off the mat and obviously not caring because her thing is so much, her difficulty level is so
high.
much higher than everyone else's,
Yeah.
right? And then they end up giving her just a less score and she gets second. I'm like,
Yeah.
I watched both of them. I don't know anything about gymnastics. I knew Simone Biles was better at what she was doing. She was way higher in the air.
She's
She
jumping
was
over
much
Shaq,
tighter.
dude.
She was landing tighter. She just happened to be doing tricks that were so much more complex that she ended up off the mat.
Yeah, just
So
like
she got
the
minus 0.6, I think, was the final.
the out of bounds, right? She was
Yeah,
just
just a
stepping
little
over
bit.
the line.
A tiny bit.
Not
Not
even
even
falling.
a ton. Yeah. She never fell. And then the lady who got bronze, right? Jordan Childs, I think
Yeah.
is her name. Which is hilarious that their names rhyme. But
If that's how it's pronounced.
yeah, something like that.
It's probably Chiles or something.
Yeah. I mean, she looks Dominican, so it could be. That's me just completely profiling her. I said to my family, like, she looks Dominican. Anyway.
Couldn't tell you. Probably could have looked that up.
Jordan Childs, right? She does hers, and her initial score is lower than the person who is currently in third place.
Ooh, yeah, there's some tea here.
And so then her coaches kind of protest it, which is something you can do in gymnastics, apparently, and she gets a higher score.
Coach's challenge.
My question is, why didn't they do that for Simone? I think she
That's
probably
fair.
would have gotten gold. She was only like 0.3 behind
Yeah, no, it was very close. It was
the
very
leader.
close.
She probably would have gotten gold. Also, if your sport relies on people watching and rating it,
Shouldn't they get it right the first time?
they should be able to get it right the first time. And there was a shot, okay? There's a shot from the Olympics. You can look it up. NBC, don't come after me. We're not showing this in the YouTube because
Copyrights.
we will get in trouble. But there's a shot where it's right on Jordan Childs as she's doing flips and stuff, and directly behind her is all the judges. 8 of them are looking directly down. They're not even looking at her.
Oh,
To me, I'm like, and then she goes back and she's like, "Hey, watch it again," and they give her a better
Like,
score.
oh,
To
yeah,
me,
you-
that just seems like they're
you
just
kind
kind
of
of
killed that girl.
They're kind of just giving her scores off vibes. Don't you think that kind of feels
No,
like it's
that's-
based off vibes?
that's
And also,
based.
it's been proven if you look at the history of the Olympics, the scores trend upward. Like as it goes on, right? So the first person who goes, if they did the exact same thing as the last person who goes,
That's higher.
it'd be a higher score. Because the judges just get lazier, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, they do the same thing. They watch very similar things.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd be into their jobs.
Yeah.
That they're getting paid probably a lot of money
Yeah.
for.
And it's probably the height of their job, like
Yeah.
the highlight of it. And
Yeah,
they're
that's true.
so to me, that's why I came up with this in high school. I have a tier system for like what is a sport. Everything's a sport. It's just in a different tier. Is essentially what the
Okay,
thing
I
was.
respect that.
So tier 1 is like team sports, like football, basketball, soccer, baseball, things like that, where every second is changing the outcome of the final
Right,
score.
right.
You know. And then the second one, tier 2, is racing sports. So it's like point A to point B. So the ones that
F1,
Adam's good at.
NASCAR.
Yeah, those kind of sports.
ones
And
that
then
Adam's
tier
good
3 is the judged sports, where it's like you kind of practice one thing over and over again,
Yeah.
and then you do it one time, and then they give you a score for it. You know.
Yeah, not to knock on those.
Yeah. No, Simone Biles and the
Goodness
Brazilian
gracious.
chick. I don't remember her name. Rebecca, and even the 2 Romanian chicks that went. All freak athletes. Very impressive. Things that I couldn't, if I tried to do, I would break every part of my body. But at the same time, it just like kind of cheapens the excitement of the sport, knowing that it's kind of up to just random people to decide how it ends up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and obviously the random people are experts
Yes,
in their
they're-
field.
they're definitely
Hopefully-
experts.
Hopefully.
At least you'd hope. You can always hope.
I know, let me tell you, if I was there watching Simone Biles and I'd see her like just bounce off the floor, my face would be priceless every time. Like the judges, I'm sure, are supposed to remain even keeled, but I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Did you see Tom Brady?
Oh yeah, Tom
Yeah,
Brady's
Tom
face
Brady
was
was like,
hilarious. He's like, oh my
He was like, that was amazing. I'm like, that would be me.
That would be me.
It's like when I went to the rodeo a couple weeks ago. I know nothing about that stuff. Anytime like anything happened, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh!" Because I'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
And it was like the most insane thing. They're jumping off horses and like dragging like cows to the ground. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But
Also, I will say, watching the Olympics with people is 100% better than watching it by yourself.
really,
Yes, I noticed this only because my roommate came home for a couple days, stayed with me. We watched one swimming event. I think it was Katie Ledecky.
yep, she's
And-
the goat.
Yeah, she's also GOAT. But she was pushing for a world record in one of her races, or maybe this was someone else, but either way, we were watching swimming together, and we were like yelling. We were like, "Get the world record! Let's go! Come on!" Just like yelling at the TV. When I was alone watching
You're like,
Noah
"Yay."
Lyle's 100-meter dash, I didn't say a word.
Uh-huh.
The whole time I was just like, "Wow, that was crazy." At the
Interesting.
end. That was it. I was just like, "There's no one to get hyped with."
Right.
My heart was pounding for
It
him.
does kind of add to the excitement when you're both yelling.
Yeah, it does.
I actually just thought of a question.
Go.
How many sports in the world do you think we have the GOAT at? In America, I mean.
It's
Because Simone Biles, GOAT.
Michael
LeBron
Phelps.
James, GOAT. Michael Phelps. Katie
Katie
Ledecky.
Ledecky.
We don't have sprinting, obviously.
No, Usain
Usain
Bolt still
Bolt.
got that.
We don't have like long distance running. That's probably some Ethiopian or Kenyan.
Yep. Yeah.
We don't have pole vault, I guess.
Technically,
Freaking Mondo Duplantis.
he is from
American.
Louisiana.
He is Louis.
Go Tigers, by the way.
How bad is it that America wouldn't let his parents be his coaches, and so he decided to go to Sweden? So they could
America
be his
didn't?
Yeah, that's why he's on Sweden's team.
Dang.
It's a big mistake.
That's a huge mistake.
He's
That's a free
the
gold,
greatest. He's unbelievable.
Oh, speaking of the greatest, his girlfriend.
Okay.
I just
I didn't know we were gonna get into this.
I just real quick. If anybody ever asks me my type, ever,
That's the picture.
it's her.
That's funny.
Look her up. Her name's Desiree, which is a beautiful name.
Very beautiful name.
And you know he's a handsome guy. Like he's not bad looking, so I respect it. But golly, she popped up on the screen, and my heart said, like, whoa, sweet
That's
mercy.
hilarious.
Yeah, it was awesome.
man.
But yeah, Desiree, I'm happy for you both. I'm not trying to like slide in or anything, but
yeah.
you're
If someone
gorgeous.
looks like that out there and
Yeah.
is single,
Yes,
hit up Loose Ends Podcast
and we'll get you in
because
contact.
I want to see the DM.
Yeah, we'll get you on the pod too if need be.
Yeah, we'll pull you on for sure, for sure. Yeah, but speaking of Mondo, we got to talk about that. He broke a world record, third try.
It was electric.
It's his own world record.
Yes.
I think
which
it's his
is-
8th time beating
Yeah,
it.
just a flex. He's broken it like every year
Yeah,
consecutively.
How old is he? How long can he keep getting better?
I don't know how physically extraneous is pole vaulting.
I'd say probably pretty physically
I mean, to
extraneous.
push yourself off
Yeah.
of that pole has got to be difficult.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Also,
3 years, maybe one more Olympic
Also,
gold.
my other question was, if they added like 3 inches to the end of this pole,
Could you
how
go
much
higher?
further could he go?
Yeah. Is there a
Is there
length,
like a sweet spot
is
for
there
it?
a length of pole that you can't
I think
use?
you have to use a certain length. You can't go further.
But why not? Why
don't
not
know.
just push the limits?
I don't know. Did you see that video of like what the Olympics looked like in 1908?
Oh, yes. I
That
literally
was
saw that
insane.
earlier.
They did the pole vault and they didn't land on anything. It was just the
landed
ground.
on their freaking feet.
It's
And
like
the
they
high
probably
jump.
they probably could have gotten pretty high,
Yeah.
but they just were afraid of landing.
Yeah, the high jump was crazy too. They didn't do the lay back over it. They just jumped it like freaking deer. It was
That's
crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Noah Lyles would have cooked at that.
Yeah,
But anyway, the Olympics definitely the most exciting thing happening right now.
yeah. They've
we can
been
get to
so much
basketball
fun.
now.
We should.
Okay, LeBron James. I always thought he was the GOAT.
It's just cemented.
Yeah,
dude.
I think this Olympics, more than anything besides the 2016 finals, has convinced me of that.
Absolutely. 3-1 comeback is unmatched.
Not that he's like needed to be fantastic for them to win these games. He just has been. Like, he's either the best player on the court, dominating, or the best role player of all time.
Yeah.
At any point in the game.
Mhm.
You just like, you can't stop him.
He never makes a wrong decision. I swear.
He's an unbelievable passer.
Yeah.
Can't stop him if he's driving to the basket.
Absolutely.
If he decides the game's over, it is.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
And this is coming from me, who have watched. I've watched every single one of the USA basketball games.
Yes, me too.
And when Kevin Durant checks in the game,
Yes.
game over.
Yeah, Kevin Durant
Kevin Durant is insane.
is fantastic.
But-
Kevin Durant is one of those guys that I always wished I could have like
When-
fully rooted for.
Like with the expectation that Team USA has, it's like putting this burden on myself, which is ridiculous because I have no effect on the outcome of the game.
Right.
But I sit there and I'm nervous for him.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh gosh, we have this high expectation to win. What if we choke? I'm going
Right.
to be disappointed to be an American.
Right.
Not really. America's the best country in the world.
For sure.
But every time LeBron James is on the court, I don't worry.
True.
He, like, it's effortless for him. Everything he does, he'll just pass the ball. There was, oh my gosh, that behind the back pass that he had 2 games ago
The Joel Embiid one.
to Joel Embiid in the paint was
that was unbelievable.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Sorry. We just
Touching
touched
hands there.
I'm just checking to see. Okay, sweet. I was just making sure the audio's still going. I'm paranoid from last week. Last week was,
we did have some
that was
technical difficulties.
The reason that we don't have a YouTube up is because I had to.
He went to battle.
Yeah, I was fighting my computer for 2.5 days, and then I decided it was not really worth it.
Yeah, maybe we'll get it up. We're definitely going to get this one up. Maybe.
I wouldn't say definitely. I wouldn't make any promises. We will
Try
put
our
the
best.
same amount of effort in, and hopefully the equipment works better.
It just
this
works
time.
better.
Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so is that enough about Team USA basketball? I mean, they've just been rolling over teams. They're going to win everything.
They are. If they don't, it would be
the greatest upset in Olympic history.
ever. Like, I hate to break it to you, Nikola Jokic will not be enough.
Well, I mean, he's playing with a bunch of plumbers.
Yeah.
Not actually, I shouldn't say that. They'd cook me. But but
no, he's got
good.
no support. Like,
they're not good.
I think I saw something. It was like, when Team USA subs out their starting 5, they put in another starting 5.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's weird because they just do full platoon shifts. Is what the announcer's been saying, which I think is hilarious.
Yes,
I don't know.
And when I saw it was like when they get to their bench, it's because they're up by 40.
Right.
When Tyrese Halliburton comes into the game, the poor guy, he's living his best life right now.
Yeah. Oh man,
he's
he got a free
cruising to a
vacation
gold medal, dude.
Free vacation to Paris. I mean, he's probably having an awesome time watching all sorts of Olympic events.
Yeah,
probably
dude,
hanging
he's
out
just
with Snoop
vibing.
Dogg, and doesn't even have to play. Like he just gets to hang.
He comes in every once in a while,
and then he
at
comes
the
in
end of the
and
game.
he's still better than everyone else on the court. It's amazing. That's the best.
Dude,
Yeah, Team USA.
You know who has
cracked.
been quietly concerning though? Stephen.
Yeah, I think.
Is it just because he's not the focal point of the offense?
Yeah.
The ball's just not in his hands.
It's not in his hands. They also aren't like running a ton of actions for him. Like they do at the beginning of games.
Yeah.
I think because they're trying to get him started. But yeah, part of me wonders if he's probably just like, I don't need to be.
Yeah.
Is it you watch him on the Warriors? He's just constantly moving around.
He definitely is.
He's a part of everything, you know.
Yeah.
And with Team USA, he kind of has the role of like, oh, LeBron has the ball. He kind of does what Clay did.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Clay would be better suited for.
Yeah.
If Clay was.
Well, that's what
where
Clay
he was.
does. Is just sit in the corner or the wing and just sit there. And
Doesn't
when
Clay
Braun drives and someone bites off of him, you just kick it to him.
Yeah. Doesn't Clay play for the Bahamas when he plays for? Didn't he play for the Bahamas in
I have
like
no
FIBA
idea.
or something? I'm pretty sure.
That's wild if he
Yeah.
did. That is wild.
I'm pretty sure.
Truly
him
wild.
and Cat. I think.
Carl Anthony Towns was playing for.
I think they were playing for the Bahamas.
Why?
I don't know. I think maybe
That's
they.
extremely random.
Yeah. Good for them.
Okay.
I think it was in FIBA.
Yeah, Team USA.
Going for gold, baby.
Proud of you guys.
Yeah, it's been
You
awesome.
see this, LeBron? I love you.
Yeah, no, seriously, LeBron,
Every time
My-
I watch you, I'm
my
impressed.
glorious king.
Okay, where do we want to go from there? Do you want to get into your new segment?
Yeah,
that you
so
wanted to bring?
this is a new segment. Isaac and I, we have a good group of friends, and oftentimes, randomly, in the most strange places, we'll just break out some trivia.
Oh yeah.
We love it. We love random questions.
Can I pause you real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Did this come about because we were watching BYU football highlights and we were talking about like old players and stuff?
Oh, dude, absolute. This is definitely stemming from just
Okay.
old, like,
Okay,
yeah,
sweet.
thinking back. Also,
Good to know.
largely from that drive back from Vegas. We just went off on like trivia and geography. So
True.
strange.
Yeah.
Like you would have been amazed at the things that keep us entertained.
We were in the car naming every country in the world.
It was impressive.
On the drive home from
Mind you,
Las
we
Vegas.
probably, I'd say like 85% of countries we got without much help.
Yeah, it's true. And also, we had not gone to bed till 4 in the morning.
You know, we
the
were
night before.
delirious. Absolutely
crazy.
delirious.
That was such a fun trip, though.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
So yeah, I've got 10 questions for you.
Okay.
Isaac has never seen these questions.
Never seen them. I actually have no idea what they're about.
Yes. So we're gonna throw these questions out here.
This is the trivia segment sponsored by the Church of Jesus Christ.
We'll when we get a sponsor, if you want to sponsor
Yeah,
this
if you
segment,
want to sponsor
let
it,
us
we'll-
know.
we'll
Hit
take
us
it.
up on Instagram,
Mhm.
Loose Ends Podcast
Or
on
email.
Instagram, or email. Yeah. Okay, you ready for this? Question number 1.
Okay.
What is the capital of South Dakota?
Because Bismarck is north. Oh, my gosh, this is embarrassing.
This was the state that I chose for my
South
state
Dakota.
project in elementary school.
South Dakota.
Mount Rushmore, dude. The Rushmore State.
Is it where Mount Rushmore is?
No.
Oh, my gosh. It's not Billings. That was my second thought. That's Montana. Does it start with a D?
It does not. I will give you a hint. It is French.
Okay. I was thinking Duquesne, which is a French word. So maybe I'm on the right track here.
Could be. Could be right on the
Could you give me a letter it starts with?
P.
P. Oh, it's like Pierre. Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pierre?
it's Pierre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
French.
Yeah.
Pierre. Yeah, just like that.
Pierre.
All right. Quick vibe switch.
Okay.
What subject did Professor McGonagall teach at
It's
Hogwarts?
charms. I mean, just kidding. Transfiguration. You knew I knew that.
Yeah, you got 2 Harry Potter nerds hosting your
Yeah.
podcast right now.
Yep, we do.
Love Harry Potter.
We'll get into Harry Potter one of these days.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, we're gonna do a deep dive.
Yeah.
Look out for that podcast. Who won NFL MVP in 2011?
11? Okay. Well, that could have been Brady. Could have been
Brady's
Rodgers.
always an option.
Could have been Rodgers. Could have been Manning.
Could have been anyone in the league at that time.
Yes, I know. I'm just trying to think of who was in the league at that time. Honestly, I'm going to go with Brady.
Close.
Was it Rodgers?
It was Rodgers.
Dang it.
You were so close. I'm very impressed.
I knew
I'm
it could have
very
been Rodgers
impressed.
because that would have been the year that they went and won the Super Bowl, right?
Probably. I think so. I think
Or
so.
no, that wasn't it. He did it really early in his career.
Was it
It could have been.
2009? No. Who won it in 2009? Actually, that slides perfectly into the next question.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Who in 2009 won the NBA Finals?
Well, Lakers was 2008. I'm going to go with the Mavericks or the Heat. Is it one of those two?
It is not one of those two.
Dang it. What the heck? Is it the Lakers?
It is the Lakers.
Okay. Because that's Kobe's, like, final when he was still really effective.
Yeah. Who won Finals
I'm still
MVP?
kind of
Do you know?
impressed. Pau Gasol.
No.
Uh,
Come on, it's the most obvious.
is it Kobe?
Yeah, it's Kobe.
Okay, gotcha. I thought you were
Um,
trying to trick me there. I
on
was going to
the
guess
theme-
Derek Fisher next.
On the on the theme of the Olympics,
Okay.
super. This is a tough. Like, I'm gifting this to you.
Okay.
You can get this correct immediately. Who has won the most Olympic medals?
Michael Phelps,
How many?
28?
Close.
26?
23.
Oh, 20. Whoa. I thought he
23.
had more.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 23. I could be wrong though. Maybe he grabbed 6 while I wasn't looking.
Stole him.
All right, we're going back to geography for 2 questions in a row.
Oh, this is bad.
What country has the highest population?
China or India. One of those two.
I do believe it's India.
Okay.
I think
both
China,
over 1 billion.
They're all both over 1 billion. I think India is like 3 billion.
What?
I'm pretty sure. Maybe we should fact check that.
3 billion? That's half the world.
Dude, we have 8 billion people in the world now.
That's still like half the world.
What's the population of India? Oh, never mind. Way off.
I was going to say, it's probably closer to like 1.4.
What's the population of China? What's the population of China? Dude, I think China is winning.
I was going to say,
I think you won. I think you were correct. I think you corrected my trivia. I didn't look this
Nice.
one up. But
That's
yeah,
kinda
it is China.
That's exciting. Trivia questions, just like you have to guess. Not
Yeah.
maybe, it might not be the right answer. It's just whatever I think is the right answer.
Exactly, dude.
That's kind of funny.
This one I did look up, so I know
Okay.
it's correct. Which population is the lowest country? Which country has the lowest population?
Morocco.
No.
Micronesia.
No. It is very micro.
Marshall
very
Islands.
small. Very small
Marshallese
country.
Islands.
It is the smallest country in
Fiji?
the world.
Uh,
This I would
I don't
consider
know.
a trick question.
is it like Is it one of the U.S. territories?
It is not.
Okay, what the heck?
Do you need a continent?
Yeah, I do need a continent.
Europa.
It's in Europe?
Mm-hmm.
Frick. Is it... Oh, frick. Is it where Cole was? Malta? Is that its
No.
own country?
What?
Is that its own country, Malta?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm pretty
that's
sure.
what I thought. They speak a different
Close,
language.
close. Here's a hint. It is a country within a country.
Oh, it's in Italy. The one that... It's the Vatican, ain't it?
The
Vatican City? Oh, my
The Vatican
gosh.
City. You got there, dude.
Is it the
All right.
population 1, the Pope?
These next 2 questions
Okay.
are yours, man. I believe in you. They're music themed.
Okay.
For those of you that don't know, Isaac is a musician. IZAK on Spotify and Apple Music.
Yes.
You can find his music anywhere on those 2
YouTube
platforms. Anywhere.
also.
YouTube. You have a YouTube?
Yep, I have a YouTube.
What?
Music
I guess
videos
that's why
coming
you're
out
making-
soon.
Yeah, we got a new music video coming out.
3.
Today's of them.
Actually, probably 6.
Okay,
We're finally
whoa,
done.
let's slow down. I'm just kidding. Awesome. Yeah, look them up there. We got some music questions. The Weeknd
Okay.
sampled an 80s hit in his song Blinding Lights. What is that song?
Oh, I don't know. Are you kidding me? That's hard.
It's by Aha.
Oh, it's Take On Me then.
It is.
Yeah. That's it's just the sound then.
Yeah, I mean, he
It's
sampled
not
it.
it's not
Weeknd's
the
your guy. I went with the Weeknd trivia because
Okay. Yeah, it's not the cuz traditionally you think of sampling as like they took a part of the song, but it's literally just the synth sound that he used.
yeah,
Is the same.
no, I was thinking back to the song and I'm like, yeah. Great song. Both of them are great songs. Isaac, not even a hot take. The Weeknd is the best singer out there.
I think so.
Yeah, that's Isaac's take. I honestly can't argue with it.
Yeah, I think
so
he's the
good.
best male singer alive right now.
Absolutely. And Ariana
Actually,
Grande is
Yeah,
women?
Ariana Grande would probably be for females, but I mean it depends on what you like. If you like opera singers, then you probably have completely different answers.
Probably
Obviously,
some
But
Italian fellow.
if you're just talking like popular artists, probably them.
Yeah.
But this guy, Nothing But Thieves, the lead singer of that band, might
Really?
be as
I'll
good
have to look
or
him up.
better. He's unbelievable.
I'll have to look him up. Second music question.
Okay.
Also a film question.
Okay.
Which Marvel movie soundtrack won 2 Grammys?
Is it going to be Guardians of the Galaxy? Oh, interesting. 2 Grammys? I'm going to guess Black Panther.
It is Black Panther.
Because Kendrick Lamar got a Grammy for the Black Panther soundtrack. And I would guess,
Someone else did. SZA?
yeah. No, I would guess probably Ludwig for the actual soundtrack.
The actual soundtrack?
Yeah.
It could be.
'Cause
Phenomenal
he-
soundtrack.
He actually, Ludwig is sick. He went to Africa, like
To
6
get, like,
different African countries.
Samples and stuff?
And met with like the Federation of Music for those countries. Those guys introduced him to different musicians in those
Really?
countries, and he used them throughout the whole soundtrack.
Dude, that's the type of dedication we're looking for. That's what makes a good movie.
Yeah, he lived
A good movie soundtrack, a good movie, whatever it is.
He lived with an African tribe that has its own like music culture for 6 weeks and just like sampled a bunch of sounds of theirs while he was there. Unbelievable. It's, like the coolest dude ever.
Yeah.
Ludwig is awesome.
Last question.
Okay.
This one you are going to have to guess out of your,
Okay.
out of the
Oh,
brain.
no.
Here we go.
This is bad.
This is from Google.
Okay.
Directly from Google. How many podcasts does Google tell us there are? About how many?
Oh no. It's got to be over 1 billion by now. Only one. It's us. Trick question.
Got him.
Welcome to the only podcast on the internet. I'm going to guess 230 million.
I'm glad you didn't go billion because
Yeah.
it is nowhere near that. In fact,
Okay.
we have yet to reach double-digit millions.
Oh, really?
According
That's
to
actually
Google,
surprising.
according to Google, I could be way off here. This is straight off Google because I didn't think there was going to be an answer given. 5 million.
Really?
5 million.
Dang.
I don't know. 70 million episodes
Okay.
between those 5 million podcasts.
That means on
But-
average, podcasts are putting out what, like 70 divided by 5 is what, 3? I don't even know. It's early or late, whatever you want to say. I just
Pretty
don't
sure
know
it's
what
14.
I'm talking about. 14. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
14
episodes.
14 episodes.
honestly, with like some
That
podcasts,
sounds about right.
we've put out 2.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is most people
Yeah.
give up on the grind.
Yeah.
Which I almost did last week. I was like,
It was a rough week.
fighting
Yeah,
in the
but that's
computer.
crazy. 5 million podcasts. 5 million podcasts. And you want to know the even crazier fact?
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 podcast in the world doesn't have that many listeners. It's this podcast. This is it. You're here. Welcome, whoever you are.
I'm gonna double check the camera's still rolling. You keep talking.
I can see it in the reflection. I can see you. Is it recording?
It is indeed.
Nice. Yeah, I
We've
can.
gotten 11 more minutes this time than last.
Hopefully the YouTube works so people can watch our shenanigans.
Yeah. That's
Awesome.
That was a good section. I think
Yeah.
we'll keep doing that. I'll come with questions
we
for
can
him
workshop.
next week.
10 questions might be a lot, but I think it was fun. I think
Yeah.
10 questions is good.
I think 10 questions is fine as long as they're succinct.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
long.
they were like very. You can.
I'm
talk
sure there will
about-
be people listening that are just yelling at their
Yeah.
phones.
Oh, dude, that's
Pierre! It's Pierre! I said, you freaking idiot!
Cole's gonna be like, it's the Vatican City, you idiot.
Yeah, he would
obviously.
know. Obviously. That man knows way too much about the Catholics. Anyway,
Yeah, go ahead.
do we have
Take us
anything
away after
else that we
one.
want to talk about?
I got an article.
You have an article. I didn't
do.
look up articles this week because I was busy.
I have an article. So here's the thing. Nowadays, you can go on the news, and 9 times out of 10, no matter which news outlet you go to, the first news article will be something jarring,
Right.
something scary
Yeah.
or awful
Yes.
or mad.
Like, oh, they killed
es-
the president of Iran.
especially right now with
Yeah.
the election coming up.
Yes.
You scroll through Twitter, it doesn't matter which side of the political spectrum you lie on, you're going to get hate and love from either side.
Even if you're in the middle.
Yeah. Like,
You'll probably get it from both.
you're going to get everything. Like, that is, and it is just bad news after bad news. Like, why you shouldn't vote for this guy, why you should vote for this guy.
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
And I've decided we're going to switch it up.
Talk about something good.
We're going to talk about some good news.
Good news.
And so, it's
Good news,
reminiscent
good
of, I don't
news
know if
is
you guys
all I wanna
remember
hear.
during COVID, John Krasinski threw out something. Shout out John Krasinski. Some good news. Put it out during COVID because COVID was nothing if just like, it was just
Bad
bad
news.
headlines back and forth and back
It's
and
also
forth.
reminiscent of the song "Good News" by Mac Miller.
Yeah. And like all politics aside, COVID was rough.
It was
Like,
indeed.
It was a rough time, especially I was on my mission for that,
So
and
was
it was
I.
it was brutal. Isaac was too. It wasn't
That was
fun.
war.
So,
Let's see.
just recently,
Oh heck yes!
This is great Isaac,
news.
Myself, some of our buddies,
Yes.
we've started fishing.
Gotten real into it.
We got really like I got a rod in there, very similar to this rod.
This is
used
awesome.
by a West Virginia angler
Okay.
who used his 3-year-old daughter's $10 pink fishing rod to catch a record catfish in
That's
West Virginia.
amazing. That's
Okay.
hard to do.
I got a $10 rod in there. The fish that I caught a couple weeks ago pales
Yeah.
in comparison
Oh yeah.
to this
No doubt.
fish.
No doubt.
Let me
I'm going fishing tomorrow.
Let me shed some light on this. The fish caught in South Charleston, West Virginia, weighed more than 46 pounds.
What?
46 pounds.
Yo. 46 is crazy. He better have kept that thing.
40. Oh my goodness. 43.51 inches long.
Wow.
That is almost the size of a small toddler
Yeah.
who's like 8 years old.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking almost 4 feet. That
Wow.
is crazy. 46.7, almost 47 pounds,
That's crazy.
using his daughter's fishing rod and worms as bait.
I wonder what the weight limit of the rod was.
50
Whatever
pounds.
they listed it at, yeah, probably 50. The catfish just never pulled at all. It never put any effort to get off. It just let him drag it in.
Yeah. So,
That's crazy, dude.
in his words, What's it? Do we have a name? Yeah, John Tyler Rutherford.
Rutherford.
That is a good, strong name. And just not even just because of John, you know? John's just a good, strong name. No bias at all. He says, I got my daughter a little $9.99 pink rod. She's 3,
Rocks.
and she can reel them in, but she can't cast it out. So I cast it out for her. I was holding the rod, and she was sitting on my lap. And then he just caught this
Pulled in a
monster catfish. Look, sorry for all these people.
You can screenshot that and I can put it in.
Look at the size of
Holy
this
shnikes.
catfish. I
That thing is
apologize for our
gigantic.
non-YouTube listeners.
That is huge.
Absurd. And so the good news that I want to point out. First of all, guy ripped some absolute lip with this one. Crazy.
Yeah.
Look at his smile.
Yeah, he's grinning hardcore. He's doing that
is
grip and grin hardcore.
Absolutely cheesing. I mean, that is a man who just experienced the highest of highs.
He's gripping
And
for sure.
That's part one of the good news. The second good news is if you are the daughter of a father or the father of a daughter, I am sure, as a single man who has no kids, that type of experience with your child is something that you will never forget, that you will hold so dear, and that your child or your parent, whatever you might be, will just
You'll remember it forever.
they'll remember it forever. And they got these pictures nowadays. Yep. I guarantee you, by the time that his daughter has children, that fish is going to be 8 feet long in his stories. I guarantee you that catfish is going to be about 8 feet.
His daughter's going to turn out to be like Hannah Barron. You know who that is?
Uh-uh.
That chick in Louisiana that has a crazy southern accent.
Oh, yeah, she's
and she
awesome.
catches fish with her bare hands.
Yeah, she's down in there
Hannah Barron.
Yeah.
So that's what his daughter's going to turn out
I love
after
me
she
southern
sees this
accent.
massive catfish.
Love me a southern accent. Shout out LSU again. Go
Shout
Tigers.
out Hannah Barron.
Yeah. But yeah, that is my good news is this dude was out here with his daughter. I'm sure, I don't know if it's his only child, but I guarantee you that was his little girl. And he's just absolutely ecstatic to
that rocks.
Have caught this monstrous fish.
That absolutely
and
rocks.
2, with his, I'm sure she's just adorable. Just an absolute sweetheart. His 3-year-old daughter and her $10 pink fishing rod. I'm sure it was Barbie themed or something.
Yeah, that rocks. That's a great story.
Yeah, but that's my good news. I hope you enjoyed the good news, because we could use more of it.
Not enough yellow-bellied sneeches in it, but
no, you're right. That's my bad.
Job.
The sneeches, we do need more sneeches.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of. So, football's about to start.
Woo-wee. Yes, sir.
Which is the best time of year.
Indeed.
Just because football rocks.
Football's so fun, dude.
I've just been watching. So, did you watch Hard Knocks last night?
Oh, no. Who's on Hard Knocks this year?
It's the Bears.
The Bears.
So,
Caleb Williams.
They did him dirty last night.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you. The entire episode was just bad throws by him throughout training camp. Like, legitimately. I'm not joking. Just constant bad throws from him.
Yikes.
It was mostly just because they were trying to paint the picture like, oh, he's really talented, but he's a rookie. So it's like the last 3 minutes of the episode, he's throwing absolute dime pieces, but the whole first half is just interceptions, bad throws, incompletions. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. And the coach going up to him and being like, hey man, you can't try and fit it in those kind of windows in the NFL, like that kind of thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is tough. But and then Nick Saban was Matt Eberflus, the coach of the Bears, played college for Nick Saban at Toledo.
Right.
And so Nick Saban was there, just kind of mentoring, and he's talking to him one-on-one, and Nick Saban's like, yeah, you got to remember, Peyton Manning threw the most interceptions in NFL history his rookie season, which I think is a very funny stat to keep bringing up, because it's not everyone who's going to throw as many interceptions as Peyton Manning did that time is going to end up being Peyton Manning. That's just not how that works.
Zach Wilson.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can use it as hey, you shouldn't give up on people too early because they might turn out right. But at some point, you do need to give up on someone as far as an NFL team goes.
Yeah.
Which is why, this year with Quentin Johnston and the Chargers, I'm I need him to have a good year or else he should be fired.
Right.
You know, but
He's a wide receiver, catches footballs.
he doesn't catch footballs as of now.
That's the problem.
He tries to, but he does not. He runs great routes.
Yeah.
Drops the football.
Cooks people. Yeah,
drops the football.
wide open passes. It's brutal to watch, actually.
So that was my takeaway from the episode. It was kind of hilarious. I was watching it. I was like, dang, dude, they're just doing him dirty.
Poor guy.
The other part that was really awesome was Jonathan Owens, Simone Biles, Boothang, was
cute couple.
He was excused to go to the Olympics, and that they talked about that for a little bit, and showed him getting ready to leave.
Couple goals, man.
And he was on the phone with her, and I was like, oh, frick, what a legend.
Yeah, no. Yeah, friggin' sheesh.
Imagine being the GOAT of your sport, and your husband gets paid more than you for being a third string at his sport.
Yeah.
At least as far as just purely for the sport goes, I bet she makes a great amount of money from sponsorships.
Actually, who knows, man? She's so famous and so popular.
That's what I'm saying. That kind of stuff probably makes her a ton of money, but from gymnastics alone.
Just from the sport. I mean, do you think she makes over $100,000 from gymnastics? I don't know the money. In gymnastics.
I know gold medals for USA because the Olympics doesn't pay people specifically.
The country does.
Yeah, the country does. USA doesn't pay a ton because we win so many golds.
They get like 30.
Yeah, it's like 30K.
30K.
But I don't know how much like a
a
world competition that wasn't the Olympics.
Did she win 2 golds and a silver?
2 golds, a silver, and 1 bronze.
And 1 bronze.
I think.
So she probably went over 100K, unless they don't get paid for silver and bronze. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd assume
if we are, we shouldn't be. Why are we? We should not be paying for silver.
We have so many silver and bronze medals.
We should not be paying for silver and bronze.
No.
And if we are, it should be like 5,000.
Yeah.
Especially if that's tax dollars.
Yeah.
We should not be paying losers. Right?
First and second losers.
Obviously, like, second place is great, but, like, it's
for
not
Kenneth
first.
Brooks, it was insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's a distance run. We don't win those.
No.
That's Ethiopia's territory.
And BYU doesn't win ever. So we'll take that.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've decided I'm not getting a rock pass.
Really?
Yeah.
That's such a bummer.
I'll just come to the games with whichever one's Cole's going to, so then we can all hang out. Just because it's like, I don't know. It's expensive, and the games this year are not going to be awesome.
I know. Yeah, it's tough. I bought it. Here's how I bought it. Hope for football and high expectations for basketball.
Yeah, the basketball team's going to be
Basketball's going to be crazy.
But we could talk about that. Gary Bohannon, he's been making me believe.
Dude.
I need to stop watching training camp clips.
Training there.
Because it's so easy to look awesome in training camp.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching, like, Easton Stick on the Chargers, the backup quarterback, because Justin Herbert's out for the rest of training camp, just throwing absolute dime pieces to Quentin Johnston. I'm like, hey, maybe we got something here. And I just need to remind myself, this is not real NFL,
this
you know?
August.
Yeah.
August training camp.
This is not September, we'll find out what we really got, you know?
There's an NFL game. There are multiple NFL games this week.
I know.
Like, that is something to look forward to.
And this might be a hot take. I like the preseason games because they're kind of like college football games where you never know what's going to happen. Yeah. Like, it truly is super, like, wild and random where you'll get, like, some dude that won't even make the roster by the end, just, like, has, like, 2 kick returns for a touchdown.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah, just becomes Devin Hester for a couple games.
You're like, what? How did he not make the team?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then you realize, yeah, it must be just because they're so much better. Like, that is the craziest part, is that these insane athletes just aren't good enough to make the team.
It's crazy when you watch, like, Hard Knocks, you see, like, the little critiques, which is an interesting thing. Like, you always talk about the big things, like good decision-making, physicality, athleticism kind of things, you know? But it's like, you'll see, like, they'll do a drill where they're, like, cornerback going for a tackle after the receiver's caught it, you know? And the coach will be like, no, do that again. Like, that was too soft. And they're, like, telling them how to set their feet and stuff. Like, it's very specific. Like, you don't realize how specific they get at, like, the little techniques.
You're just watching
in the
TV.
NFL especially. Like, college, you can rely on athleticism alone to just dominate. Like, Jalen Milroe made it to the college football playoff last year, which is purely was athletic, you know.
Yeah.
But
we'll see how they do
do
without
that in the
Nick
NFL.
Saban.
That's That's one of the more interesting storylines of this football season.
As if Alabama
College
just,
and NFL.
just collapses.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yep.
It would be crazy. If they do, I hope the same thing happens to Utah next year.
Yeah, no. When Kyle Whittingham, hey
When
Kyle,
Witt's gone. You don't need to do any more. You're
You've
the
done
best
enough,
coach
man.
in Utah history, besides Urban Meyer. But you're done. You don't need to do anything more.
No, you don't. And for those of you, I don't think there's anyone that listens to this that does think this, but for those of you that think Kyle Whittingham is a better coach than Lavelle Edwards,
Oh my gosh, I saw this argument on Twitter.
just pack it up.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
Yeah, did you see the guy who tweeted like Kyle Whittingham, if he coached for the next 10 seasons and won 10 games every season and won the Big 12 championship,
Would still
he'd
fall
still
short.
be short of Lavelle Edwards' wins and
Conference
championships. And obviously national championships, because Utah is never
Zero.
going to win a national championship.
They have 0.
They will always have 0.
We're big Utah fans here.
We hate Utah.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not going to get into it.
We're gonna lose.
We need to
lose
alienate
our
half of the state of Utah.
of our Utah viewers. And then there's Utah State, which we just don't need to mention.
Nice pat on the head for them. Anyway, do we have anything else we want to talk about? Is that all?
I don't know. How long have we been doing this?
Let me check. Probably an hour.
Time flies when you're having fun, and this is fun.
We're at 52 minutes.
Yeah, that's about right. I
Would
hope
you like to
guys-
finish?
Yeah, I can bring us home. I hope you guys realize that we have fun doing this.
True.
This is just a good time for us. We're not. I hope you don't take us seriously, because we don't take ourselves seriously.
Absolutely not.
We just sit here, we chat about things that we're passionate about, interested in, or just things that come up.
Yep.
And that's what we're here to do. I think you just had an idea.
Okay.
You ever heard of recency bias?
Yeah. I study psychology.
Bias. Yeah, recency bias it often affects how people view certain events in
Yes.
their life, right? If you were to have a vacation
I just did.
that was phenomenal, but at the very end, someone hurt themselves, or
You could look negatively on
you
it.
would look negatively about that whole vacation.
Right.
And if you took a really long vacation, like psychology states that if you took like a 2-week vacation, you packed all of this stuff into it, you wouldn't have the same positive outlook as you would through like a week-long vacation. Just because that's how psychology works. So as far as recency bias goes, I want to make sure that we leave you with, and I think maybe we could start this. Every podcast, we end with one positive thing or a motivational quote
Okay.
or just something that when people leave, when the episode ends,
Do you want me to go first?
yeah, if
Is it supposed to be personal? Is that what we're going for here?
it can be whatever you want it to.
Okay. So my message this week is that hard work pays off. The last year and a half, I have been working on a singular project of music, 10 songs. I've shuffled out songs that weren't good, shuffled in songs that are good. We're probably on the 150th iteration of these. I've probably written 350-ish songs to get these 10 that I really like. And just yesterday, I finished the final master on the last one that I needed to get done. And it is sick. And so the message is, when you really care about something and you're willing to put in the hard work and do the little things, because I'm doing this all myself. No one helped me with this besides Taryn playing guitar and a few things. You
Shout
can
out, Taryn.
accomplish things that you would never dream, right? I don't care if anyone ever listens to this album, but I made it for me, and I really love it. And I think that is sick. And the fact that there will be people who listen to it kind of freaks me out, but also at the same time, it's a testament to the work that I have put in for the last year. That's just a small brag, but also at the same time, positive message. You can do anything you want. School can get in the way, but you can still get it done. Work can get in the way, but you can still get it done. Just do what you want. Do what you desire and work hard at it. Do the little things and do them right. And you'll end up where you never could believe.
Amen.
That's all I got to say.
That was wonderful. That is exactly what I wanted it to be.
Cool.
And I'd like to just add on my little piece. I'd like to brag how awesome your friends are for listening to your music. Because
True.
yeah, they're stellar. Now go listen to it. IZAK, Spotify, Apple Music. Coming out. Drop a date. New album. Not
Haven't
ready?
decided.
Not ready. Oh, almost got it. You almost got
September 9th, probably.
a sneak peek. Woo!
If that's a Friday.
I couldn't tell you. I don't really know the dates.
Whatever the second Friday in September is, that's what we're shooting for.
Second Friday of September. Look out for it. But also, go get hyped. Listen to his music now.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
you can,
3 songs of the album are already out, so you can go listen to
yeah.
them.
But to add on to Isaac's thing, I want to first start with a disclaimer for my mother, who listened to last podcast. Mom, I am fine. I'm doing great. Don't worry about me.
Wait, what? What about last episode made her think you were?
Well, no, she just is gonna listen to this one, and
Oh.
so I wanna tell people
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
embarrassing. In my room right now on my bed, there is a huge pile of clean clothes.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Huge pile of clean clothes. They are clean, ready to be put away. I just have yet to do it. I push them off to the side when I go to sleep, and I wake up and ignore them, search through them when I need to find a sock in the morning. And it's lazy. But sometimes you just run out of the motivation to do the small things, right?
True.
And sometimes life beats you down.
True.
But there is one thing is there is adversity in this life, and it is constantly pushing against you. And the only way to combat, as the law of physics state, something pushing against you is to push against it. You can't stand still because you'll get pushed backwards, and you can't move backwards because then you'll just keep moving
Right.
backwards. So you have to keep moving forward, and you have to get back up and keep moving forward. And I think the crucial part of this, for whoever is listening to this and needs to hear it, it doesn't matter how fast you're moving, as long as you're moving forward. Right?
Facts.
So keep working hard, like Isaac said. Keep moving forward. And whatever goals you're trying to achieve or good things you have in your life, they lie ahead of you, not behind you. So
Right.
keep working towards them.
I think adding on to that, you can't rush greatness. So don't worry if you're not where you want to be right now, or if it doesn't seem like you'll get there anytime soon. That's okay, because you are greatness, and you can't rush that.
As awesome as we seem, we struggle.
True.
The coolest person in your life, whoever that might be, Cole Hartvigson.
Shout out.
Shout out Cole Hartvigson. My dad.
I think that's my
mom.
6th shout out this podcast.
Whoever you might be is going through something.
Yeah.
So you're not alone. We love you all. We don't know who
Love
you
you.
are. Actually, we probably do at this point.
At this stage, we probably do.
So definitely love you. But thank you for listening. This has been the Loose Ends Podcast with Johnny and Isaac.
Love you guys.